Ladies and gentlemen, Variadic functions with Clojure. It is really, really cool. If you're a Java developer, then you will really enjoy this as well, because it is actually a function where you can have any number of variables, and it's actually very, very useful. And it's when you start using this, and on top of that, also the multi-arity. I made another video on this one on the multi-arity functions. Then you will just see that it's quite cool. But of course, in the beginning, it can be a bit confusing if you come from Java to Clojure. But very fast, it will actually make sense, and it will actually be a lot of fun to use. Yeah, so the syntax is that if we want to create a name definition, hello right here, this is a function. So we are creating a function named hello. Then we can use the and sign right here. So we have, this means that we have a mandatory parameter and a greeting. So we have to say greeting, and then it's then we can have any then we can have a sequence. Then we can add any number of variables afterwards, and that could be who. So then we can have a list of who afterwards if that's what we want to. But let us see it in action. I have prepared an example as usual right here. So Variadic functions, just so you know, if you come from Java, then you whenever you see colon and then some variable or some name right here, then that's called a keyword in Clojure. A keyword. It's used a lot in maps and and also if you have a string which is more like a fixed value, then you would use a keyword instead of a free string where you can type in anything. But that, just so you know that. And I've created some functions right here. We have the list tags right here, and this is a docstring. This line right here is a docstring, and then we have the and sign and then tags. That means that we have any number of variables. So it can be a sequence that we get right here of variables, and then we're returning that sequence. So that's what this little function right here does. It does not do much, but it looks confusing first time you see it. But but it just takes a list of parameters where you can give them one at a time, and then it returns a list. So that's actually what happens right here. Introduce, it takes it as a mandatory variable or parameter of name, and then it can take any number of hobbies after that. And then we are concatenating the name, and then we are adding, we're string joining. We call string join on the hobbies right here. So that means that all of the hobbies will be put together with a comma in between each hobby. Total price, again, we have this is a doc string. Do not be afraid of these strings that we have right here. It's just documentation. You should also use documentation, of course, and you can also use the semicolon, 2 semicolons if you want to, one or two if you want to outcomment something. So here we have a new definition of function, total price. We have any number of prices, and what we will do is we apply the plus operator on each of the prices. That means we will just add all of the prices, and then we will return the result. So this is a mathematical, there's a math function right here which just adds up all of the prices that we provide to it. Then we have build sentence right here. So we have first word, second word, and then more words. So first word and second word, those are mandatory. You have to put in those parameters, and then you have a variable number of more words, and you don't have to give any, of course, of those. And then we are concatenating the first word and second word, and also the list of words that we have right here. So it is always like a sequence or list, because we don't know how many we actually get right here. We can have 0, we can have like 100. Or more, of course. Then we have this demo. Okay, I made this function right here is just to test out all of the functions that you just saw, and we call all of it with main right here. So we have our main right here. We can actually see in main we're actually using this Variadic Variadic approach right here. These Variadic functions. It is a Variadic function. We have the minus in front just because this is how you show that this is something that you can run in Clojure, and we call this function right here. So what happens in your function, Mike? First we just print out something so we can see that we have started. That's right here. Print out some more, blah blah blah, and now we call list tags right here. List tags. What does that do, Mike? What did it do? It takes any number of parameters, tags, and then it returns that tags list. So just returns the list, and if we don't add, if we don't have anything, then it's then it's just a list with 0 elements in it. This list, this time we actually give some keywords. So here we add some keywords right here, Clojure, functions, and demo. And then again, we just print something out to show that now we are separating it to something else. And then we call introduce, and then mic, Clojure, music, coffee. And let's see what that does. So we have the mandatory name right here, and then we have the hobbies afterward, and we just concatenate all of that. So, and again, then we print something out right here. And then we are calling let tags. So we are setting the tags variable to list tags, and then we set admin editor viewer. And then we print out the tags right here. Because we are setting it to the results. So this is our local variable that works only inside this scope. This is only where our variable works. Because you can see we have the rounded bracket right here. So every time we have a rounded bracket, we want to call something. And this is the scope right here. Then we have type tags. So then we can get the types. So that is also quite cool. Let us just see. And type is a function. I never know if it's a macro function, so I always have to click and see what it is. Returns the type metadata of X or its class if none. Okay, so that's what that does. Then we have apply passes a collection of separate arguments. Yeah, so here we have the total price. This is where it adds up all of the price, 10, 20, 30. So then we should actually get the total right there. That's what we should get right here. I'll run the program in just a minute. I'll just finish explain what it does. Apply total price 10, 20, 30. That means it will actually apply. That means we are applying this function to this. With this parameter right here. So let's see what happens right here. If there are any difference between these two. I think I know the answer, but let's see. Variadic function can still require some arguments. So this is where we have some mandatory, parameters and arguments, and then we have some non-mandatory ones where we can choose as many as we want. Clojure functions can take many arguments. Yes, it's quite fun. Let's go look back right here. So it has first word, second word, and then the other words are just, they're not mandatory. We can have as many as we want to, but we need to have the first word. So these two words are mandatory. The rest are not. Okay, Mike, let's see the program work, how it works. Yes. A variadic function can accept 0 or more arguments. Yes, so the first one we have nil. So that is because we don't have any, there was no elements right here. We just call list tags without providing any values right here. Of course, if I write a keyword Mike, what will happen then, you think? Let's just run again. So let's just say in the beginning here, now it says Mike. Okay, what happens if we add the string Mike instead of the keyword Mike? Let's see what happens then. Then we get this string out right here. So, So quite cool. Then the next one right here, list tags. Here we're listing multiple tags out, up, and then that's what that looks like. Again, that's a return value, so it's the string on the list. Required arguments can. So that is this one right here. Here, this is where we call introduce, mic, Clojure, music, coffee. And then what does it do right here? It says Mike likes Clojure, music, and coffee. Yes, and it's true. It's funny because it's true. Yeah. Okay, then we continue to the next one. And then we say print line. Yeah, then we just print something out. And then we go to tags. And here we call it with the tags. So we have a list of tags. And then we print out the tags, and that's exactly what we do right here, admin editor viewer. And now we call type tags. So let us get the type. What happens then? Let us see where we got the type. So here we have the type, Clojure array. Okay, it's array sequence. So it's array sequence. It was not, I said it was a list, but it's actually array sequence. It's also kind of a list, but no, it is array sequence. It's something different. Okay. So we have an array sequence right here, and then we say apply. Yeah, total price. So we add 10, 20, 30, and then it's being summarized, and then we get 60 out. And then we call apply, and then we do the same thing. And the exact same result is given to us right here, and that's because apply does the exact same thing as just calling it. So applies f to the argument lists formed by the prepending intervention arguments to args. So that means that we actually, these two lines right here, those are exactly the same. We'll get the exact same result. So it's exactly the same. You don't have to add apply in front of it. Of course, you can do that if you feel like it. Then we have the build sentence right here. So let's go to build sentence. Here we have Clojure. Clojure functions can take many arguments. Clojure functions can take many arguments. Yes, that's exactly what we wanted. We are string joining all of these right here. Concats the mandatory parameters right here, and then we have the lists of more, the array sequence of more words, and then we get this result that we see right here. Clojure functions can take many arguments. Yes. So that's actually it. This is Variadic functions. You will see that a lot also, and and as soon as you get the trick, then start using it, then there's no way back. You will continue using this for a lot of things. I actually prefer, if it's possible, then I prefer, of course, to name the parameters, because sometimes it can be a bit of a mess if you don't know how many variables how many parameters that you actually get. But if you know, there are actually a lot of cool use cases for it, where it actually makes sense and where it looks cool and where it's really readable. You can also see it is used in the main right here. So we have a good example right here. Here we can add as many arguments as we want to. Yeah. Thank you very much for all of your comments. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you for coming back, and thank you for just being you. Hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.